Thanks very much. Good to have you here. One of the biggest factors in guys,
it is the night before the election. It's Monday night. I'm sitting here watching the news, the mainstream media. I just saw Chuck Todd go on and basically say it's all over. So, good. Let him think it's all over. I hope everybody that's voting for Hillary believes that, and that you just sit at home tomorrow and don't do anything. But this message is going out for the Trump supporters, specifically the Trump supporters in the key states, the states of Pennsylvania, Ohio, Florida, North Carolina, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, New Hampshire, Nevada, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. Guys, you need to get out there and vote tomorrow. And not only that, you need to take people with you. Get somebody to go with you. This is probably going to be very close. It's probably going to be very close. So, you know, they base all of these polls that they do on the person that they talk to. You know, if you get a phone call and you say, yeah, I support Hillary or I support Trump, that counts as one. What they don't count for is if you bring somebody with you. And if everybody can just bring one, if you can just bring one person with you, that is going to landslide this thing and keep Hillary Clinton from the White House. So, in these key states, tomorrow your big thing is, before you go vote, if you plan on voting early, that's great. But maybe you might want to go a little later if that ensures that you can bring somebody with you. Whether it's that neighbor that's next door, the old guy next door that doesn't get out anymore, he'd love to go vote, you know. Or maybe it's some kid that's uninspired that happens to be registered, but he doesn't want to vote. Maybe you could talk him into voting. Tell him how important it is. Do your thing to get this election won for Trump, because it means so much. Hillary's a crook. Anybody that goes from zero to $250 million by making speeches, come on now. Her husband, all of a sudden, when she was the Secretary of State, his speeches went from 50,000 to about 500,000. And those were the cheap ones. This is a joke. This is an absolute... How can anybody even be considering voting for her? It just came out in WikiLeaks today that the daughter, Chelsea, who's making $600,000, or is it $900,000, working for her family, but the Clinton Foundation, who's supposed to be, it's a charity, and they bought her dress for her wedding. They paid for her wedding. Can you believe that? This money that people are donating, you know, I'm sure they don't even care because they know they're buying influence. They're just as crooked as the Clintons are. But the gall of these people who have all this money, think about how much money, how hard it is for you and your family to do a wedding. Think of the sacrifices that you have to make. And these charlatans, these grifters, they can't even pay for their own damn wedding. This is just absurd. Come on now, America. Come on now. How can you even be considering voting for this woman? Just to show you how corrupt it is, you know, you look at the shenanigans that the FBI is playing. They went through 650,000 emails on the Sunday before the election, and they cleared her in 8 days. In 8 days, they went through all those. That should tell you something right there. There's something up. Look at Obama. He is campaigning harder for her than he did for himself. She can't even endure the physical aspects of this thing. She's got to sit down and let everybody else do it for her. They got to prop her up, and she's being pushed across the finish line. This is absurd, guys. Look at Trump. Last night, was it last night? I think it was last night. They thought, the Secret Service thought that there was a gunman in the crowd. And they grabbed Trump and they took him out. They were yelling gun. The Secret Service, in that moment, in that second, they thought that there was a assassin after Trump. And what did Trump do? Trump stoically, there's a picture of him. You got to see it. Anybody that's ever questioned his temperament. This is John Wayne. This is the way a John Wayne in his most heroic movies would act. And spur of the moment, Trump proved his mettle. He proved that he could be president. He was back there no less than 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes, and he came back out and finished his speech. Unlike Hillary, the very same day, there was a little bit of rain on the stage wherever she was, and she was already starting to cough. She couldn't make it anyway. Thank God the rain saved her, because she wouldn't have made it. Her speech, after she got done introducing all of the local politicians, her first, I don't know if you ever noticed, but the first half of her speech is introducing and wasting time introducing the local dignitaries. And then she goes on and makes an even shorter speech, and she's done. Then she's got to go rest while Obama, Michelle Obama, Biden, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, and whoever else, Katy Perry. These people aren't coming out to see Hillary Clinton. They're there to see Jay-Z. And he can't even draw as many as Trump does. And Trump's not doing anything but giving a rally. People want to see Trump. They're on fire. So come on, people. This is game time now. Now's when you got to go out and vote. But don't just vote. Don't just go by yourself. Take your time getting to the poll. Take an extra hour. Make a phone call tonight. Make several phone calls tonight. Take somebody with you. I got a lot of people. I went to school in Wisconsin. I got a lot of connections in Wisconsin. All my Wisconsin people. If Wisconsin's close, Wisconsin, we've got the Paul Ryan. He's coming on board. We've got Priebus, the RNC chairman. He's doing a great job. He's from Wisconsin. Who else is from? Scott Walker's from Wisconsin. These guys are all for Trump. Come on, guys. Come on, Wisconsin. Trump's a good man. Trump's going to do a good job for Wisconsin. Hillary's not going to do anything for you. Look at the Obamacare. Look at your insurance premiums. Trump's going to go in there and fix this. And look, guys, if Trump doesn't fix it, we'll get him out. If he sucks, but he deserves a shot. Everything that Trump has done in his life has been impressive. Now, I know he's had a few setbacks. You know, some of his casinos, when he built them, they're all piling on about the bad job. But you know what? I remember when those casinos were operating in Atlantic City, and they were some of the best casinos in the world at the time. The whole town of Atlantic City went through a downturn. It wasn't just Trump. Trump did a masterful job building those. Those were world-class casinos. You know, some things don't last forever. But you know what? Trump got knocked down, and he got right back up. He took his dad's initial little bit of money that his dad gave him. You know, and Hillary tries to inflate what his dad gave Trump. You know what? I mean, there's a lot of people that have made $100 million, which is way more than Trump ever got, on a lottery ticket. And you know, those same people, you go back a few years later, they're broke. Look at NFL players. Look at all these sports guys making all this money. A couple years after they're done, they're broke. It's not Trump. Trump turned $1 million into billions. In the most cutthroat business in the world, construction. Commercial construction in New York City. That's a tough gig. We need a guy like that as our president. This is a tough world right now. It's like Trump says, they're chopping off heads. And people are worried about some little words, some crude words that Trump said. You need a guy like that. You need a Rooster Cogburn. You need a Yosemite Sam. Trump's going to go to Washington and drain the swamp. That means he's going to get rid of all this old bullshit establishment that is part of the media. The media is part of that. And the same media that's lying and trying to brainwash everybody, that's part of it. So come on, guys. Go out there. This election is going to be over tomorrow. You go back to your lives, but you know what? You can make a difference right now. You can make a difference. And if you tell all your friends, share this video with your friends. This is a call to action. This is a battle cry. The next president is going to choose the Supreme Court. And you think about that once. You think about how you feel about certain things. We're talking about Second Amendment rights. We're talking about abortion. We're talking about other things. Do you like the way this country has gone in a lot of ways? This country is turning from God. It has turned away from God big time. This is a chance to turn back toward God. And God works in mysterious ways. Take a guy like Trump, Trump obviously isn't the most godly man for a lot of his life, but maybe he is now. Maybe God's using him. So come on, guys. Get out there. Let's go out there and do something unbelievable tomorrow. Let's just shock everybody. Trump's already close. He may already be winning, but we don't know. You don't want to take that chance. Wisconsin. If just Wisconsin hears this message and goes out, and if you guys go out and you double your vote, or triple your vote, quadruple your vote, if you can. This is mass media now. This is social media. You can share this video with somebody else, and maybe they'll share it with somebody else. Next thing you know, this thing's everywhere. People watching it and people getting the message, and people taking other people with them to vote tomorrow. That's called a ground game. That's a last-minute ground game. Let's do it, guys. Let's bring this thing. If Trump wins Wisconsin, that's almost guaranteed he's going to the White House, and we're going to stop Hillary. So think about that, guys. Good luck. God bless. And I'm proud to be an American. And we should all be, and no matter what happens tomorrow, we'll still be Americans. But let's do our best to stop Hillary and put Trump in there. Thanks. See you guys. Have a good night.